Hello, everybody, and welcome to college basketball. Scott Heinley along with Adam Matlock with you for the call. Tonight it's Buena Vista versus Upper Iowa in a doubleheader. Well, we've reached the midway point of the season in the Iowa Conference schedule, and tonight marks the first night of a two-game homestand, a very pivotal homestand for the Buena Vista Beavers. And on the women's side, the women third place in the conference, 10-5 overall, and 8-3 in the conference. Upper Iowa in the middle of the pack in the conference. They come in 7-7 and 4-5 in the conference. Buena Vista will be trying to avenge an earlier 2-point loss over at Fayette to Upper Iowa early in the season. But the main story tonight we should talk about, Adam, is the loss of shooting guard Keely Bowman for the Beavers. She tore her ACL and MCL in the last conference game. This will be the Beavers' first conference game playing without Bowman, who has been so instrumental the last 3 years in leading this team. And so Coach Berry is going to have to find some players to step up. Ashley Reynolds will get the start in place of Bowman. Also look for A.J. Nelson to step up, and the freshman Kinsey Hansen, and some other players as well, Matlock. So as we look to the keys to the game tonight, what's some of the things that stand out?
Well, for Buena Vista anyway, I think one thing that they really have to do is crash the boards. They have to get in there and get the rebounds. That's going to be a key so that they can control the game and keep a hold of the ball. If you have the ball, more times than not, you're going to win. Another thing is post players. We have Michelle Brazda. She's been outstanding for both seasons that she's played up here. And also Steph Gronow, who I believe was last week's Player of the Week for the IAC. And so those two are going to be very pivotal in today's matchup. So look for those two to really do some damage in there, and they have to stay out of foul trouble. Obviously, we've got to have them on there and on the board. Another thing is, again, like you mentioned earlier, is people step up in place of Bowman. Keely's a big loss the whole year, and so we've got to really have that. For Upper Iowa, they've got to keep their confidence up. They had that 2-point win at Upper Iowa. The confidence is a big thing for them. And they have a center by the name of Vicky Ringenberg. She's outstanding, 6 foot, and she's done some tremendous things in there. So we've got to have Brazda and Gronow really help out and try to block and defend that.
Exactly, Adam. And as we mentioned, Buena Vista trying to avenge that 2-point loss over at Fayette. That was in early December. And so BV third place in the conference. If they're going to make a run for their 4th straight title, they got to do it tonight. Right now, we're going to see what Coach Berry has to say about the game, and we'll be back for the call of the game in a little bit. Everybody, and welcome to another night of basketball action here on the campus of Buena Vista University. And tonight, it's Buena Vista versus Upper Iowa on this Friday night. And Coach Berry, first of all, I guess we should talk. This will be the first game, conference game that you'll be playing without your all-conference guard, Keely Bowman. And that's due to an unfortunate injury where she tore her ACL.
Yeah, right now, Keely's under the knife right now as we speak, and our thoughts go out to her and her family. And it was a really devastating injury for her and for our team, just because she's such a critical, just a leader on our team. We can, I've told people we can live without her points, and we can live without her assists, but her leadership, right now we've got to regroup and go after that. But that's why it's a team. And Ashley Reynolds has done a great job of stepping up after Keely did get hurt, and in the rest of the Wartburg game. So I'm confident we'll regroup, and our bench knows we have to have more out of them this weekend, and this is crunch time for us.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, Keely Bowman, you got to feel sorry for her. This is her last year, and she really wanted to finish out the year in style with the rest of her seniors, but some things don't turn out that way, and so you got to move on. And but the good thing is you had a deep bench, and as you mentioned, Ashley Reynolds has done a great job stepping in. She's had a lot of minutes in the last 3 years, so there's some other people that are going to have to step it up. As we look ahead to Upper Iowa, we got beat by them by 2 points on their floor. This is a physical team, Coach, and what are we going to do to try to get revenge?
Well, after watching the tape on Upper Iowa, it was really frustrating for me to watch because I really felt we outplayed them. We just gave up too many offensive boards. We had an opportunity to win in that game and just couldn't get a call to go our way. But I think our kids know, we have not been swept by a team in a long time. We're going to be on our home floor this weekend. And, I think Upper Iowa, they lost some people that semester. So we're going to come out and try to handle their pressure because they were very physical with us. So we've made some adjustments there. But the big thing is we gave them 22 offensive boards last time we played them. and that's what killed us. And so if we can contain their senior, who been one of the conference leaders in rebounding, Vicki Ringenberg. I guess she is a junior, but if we can contain her, she had 9 offensive boards last time against. Our goal is to hold her to 3. And I think if we do that, we'll win, and we'll win easily.
And maybe a key to that is too to keep some of your big people out of foul trouble.
Right. We've had some problems this year when Brosda and Grono have gotten into foul trouble because we do then bring up some young kids off the bench who don't have a whole lot of experience, and we expect them to do a lot of things, and sometimes they're able to do that, sometimes they're not, but that's part of being a young player. And but yeah, we got to have Grono and Brosda out on the floor, and not just them rebounding. That's the key. They're great rebounders, but we got to get our wings to rebound better. But we look definitely, anytime you've been beaten by a team, kind of snake bitten by them a little bit, we're ready for revenge.
That's right. So right now, the way we stand, 3rd place in the conference. Friday night, tonight's the first night of a big homestand, which includes Upper Iowa tomorrow night. We'll talk about that tomorrow night, and we'll wish you good luck tonight against the Peacocks, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
You bet. I guess now we'll take it back to these messages.
All right, basketball fans, welcome back to Stevens Fieldhouse, and it's Upper Iowa versus Buena Vista. Again, Buena Vista trying to prevent getting swept for the first time in a long time against any team in the conference. Well, that's what they're up against tonight, this Upper Iowa team. Very physical, and they're led by 6-foot junior, Vicki Ringenberg, who's a very good rebounder and also great post player in the paint. So it's going to be, as we said at the top of the show, Adam, it's going to be real important for Michelle Brosda and Stephanie Grono to stay out of foul trouble. They've had problems with that all year long.
Right, and you also noticed that in the interview, some of the things that they said were the things that we said were key to the victory.
All right, right now I think we're going to pause for the national anthem. Then we'll catch our breath and give you the starting lineups. And Ivy Sweeney's going to be singing the national anthem tonight.
This will be a treat. Well, there you have it. Ivy Sweeney singing a little national anthem.
And we're ready for some basketball here at Stevens Fieldhouse. We'll give you the starting lineups, first of all, for the Upper Iowa Peacocks. In the backcourt, Crystal Cryer, a 5'7 senior, and her teammate in the backcourt, Brianna McIntosh, a 5'5 freshman. The forwards, Sandra Pena, 5'11 freshman, and Lisa McDonald, a 5'7 sophomore. And the center is, as we mentioned before, Vicki Ringenberg, a 6-foot junior, and she is their best player. For the Beavers, the backcourt, Ashley Reynolds, a 5'7 junior, gets a start in place of Keely Ballman, as we mentioned. Angie Patterson is the point guard, a 5'5 junior. Forward, Steph Grono, a 5'10 senior, the returning conference MVP, and as Adam mentioned, the player of the week last week in the Iowa Conference. Lori Hopkins is the other forward, a 5'9 senior, and Michelle Brosda plays post, a 6-foot senior.
Right, and we'll also see like we always see from Coach Berry's teams, we're going to see a lot of players come in. And with the loss of Keely Bowman, she's had 328 minutes this season. That's a lot of minutes to replace. One of the people that's going to come up is AJ Nelson, and she's a freshman. You don't see freshmen start too often, but she's done pretty well this season, and hopefully she can come off the bench and provide some help for Ashley Reynolds and Angie Patterson up front, and we'll be able to knock down the loss of Keely Bowman a little bit.
Yeah, but it is Keely Bowman's so instrumental in leading the Buena Vista Beavers to those 3 straight conference championships. And but Amanda Nelson has filled in good in the first games this year, and also Kinsey Hansen, the 5'10 freshman. Also, you might see Heather Dalton. She's a 5'4 sophomore, and she will come in and play guard spot too. So, and
right.
Coach Berry plays 10 to 12 people on the bench anyway, so it's not like any of these players aren't used to seeing playing time, just in a different role, stepping up and being a starter. So Ashley will do that, and she's a junior, and watch out because she can hit the outside shot. That's one thing we're going to have to look for. If she gets off early, it could be a long night for Upper Iowa. They might have to think about getting on her, maybe double teaming her. So we're underway. Buena Vista gets a tip off. And right away, Lori Hopkins for 3, no good.
Not always the thing that you want to see at the beginning of the game, a 3. Maybe you'd like to see it worked around, but she had the open shot and took that.
Upper Iowa now in their half-court set. Bacchus with the ball. Over to McIntosh. And stolen away. Great job by Ashley and Patterson.
Well, looks like Bacchus got the start. And little change up for us.
Nice pass inside Stephanie Grono. She got the first 2 points of the game. Beavers up 2-0, and right away, full court trap. Nice steal by Angie Patterson in the putback. The pressure might be getting to Upper Iowa. That's what Buena Vista wants to do. They want to force it up tempo, but Upper Iowa right back on the break of their own.
And that's the problem with the full court press, is that you don't have anybody back. But at the same time, it's very exciting, very up tempo, and that's what we play.
Yep, give credit to Upper Iowa. They're breaking the press that time. Your score is 4-2 Buena Vista early on. 18:45 to go first half. Scott Heinley and Adam Matlock with you. Upper Iowa working it inside. This is Ringenberg. Shot no good. Offensive rebound by number 55, Jamie Luttel. And the 5'11 freshman ties the game at 4.
And they got some big girls down there underneath. It'd be
nice bounce pass from Ashley Reynolds inside to Michelle Brazda.
Right, and it's important that we get bodies on that and try to get the rebound. Like we talked about earlier, that's a key. And that's one thing that they didn't do at Upper Iowa.
Again, full court pressure this time. The Peacocks break it. And Bacchus, long. Nice shot for Bacchus from deep. It's only a 2-pointer, and she ties the game at 6. They're going to call a foul on Brenda McIntosh. That's the first team foul on Upper Iowa, and the first personal on McIntosh. Buena Vista, 3rd place in the conference. Upper Iowa comes in 6th place. But again, remember, Upper Iowa knocked off Buena Vista over in Fayette, and that was early in the season. Ashley Reynolds driving, and had it knocked away, but Buena Vista will maintain the possession. Stay tuned for sideline reports from our own Ryan Harder throughout the course of the games this evening.
Those are usually quite interesting.
Yes, they are.
Always keeps us on our toes. Good job, Ryan. As I look down the list here, most all these people are not from Iowa. There's one person from Iowa for the Upper Iowa team. Do a lot of recruiting outside the state.
Yes, you're right, Adam. 4 to go on the shot clock. Buena Vista, Michelle Brazda was tied up. Possession or points toward the Peacocks. So again, Buena Vista will set up their full court pressure in the 1-2-1-1. And stolen away. Grono's got it. 1-on-1. Takes it up, no good. Wow, Buena Vista got the steal again, but couldn't convert it. Now
Good job.
Iowa breaking.
I think in the course of the game, those type of things will fall. You don't miss layups too often, and so hopefully later on that'll pay dividends in the second half when they get tired.
No good, but offensive rebound again by Luke Tell. She puts it back, no good. And Buena Vista cannot buy a defensive rebound on this end of the floor early on. We're still tied at 6-6, just under 17 minutes to go.
It'd be good to see Michelle Brosda get a button to her instead of trying to face guard and try to out-jump.
And it is Brianna McIntosh pulling up from around 12 feet. And the Peacocks had their first lead of the ball game. It's 8-6, Upper Iowa. Oh, Reynolds, she'll shoot that. No good. Ashley Reynolds misfires her first three-point attempt of the ball game. But the ball will stay with Buena Vista. 27 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Good play there by Lori Hopkins. Kind of knocked it off the defender so that we got to keep the ball.
Hopkins inbounds, gets it into Grono. She thinks about the three, takes it back. There they go inside of Brosda, double team, kick back out. They find Reynolds for three, and she hits it. So Ashley Reynolds hits her second three-pointer of the ball game, and her second attempt, I should say.
And as you talked about earlier, she starts getting on fire. It could be a long night for Upper Iowa.
That shot gives BB a 9-8 lead, 16-14 to go first half. Again, Upper Iowa breaks the full court pressure. Brenda McIntosh. And over to Lichtel, and inside they go once again. That's been their money play, going inside. Vicky Rangenberg this time. So we said early on that interior play is going to be very important, especially on the defensive side for Buena Vista.
And she's done a good job in there.
Nice look from Hopkins inside to Michelle Brosda.
And right there, Michelle Brosda's done a good job.
11-10 Buena Vista. 15:33 to go first half.
And that's 6 for Brosda.
McIntosh. And stolen away by Brosda. So here comes Patterson. She'll slow it up and wait for the numbers.
A good job on both offense and defense there by Michelle Brosda, who's got 6 of our 10 points.
Grono with it out top, over to Brosda. She'll pull up from 15, got it. Michelle Brosda is heating up. Gives Buena Vista a 3-point lead here. And Brosda early has 6 points for Buena Vista, Matlock.
Right. Tremendous job. She's doing a good job inside. And as we see now over on the checkout bench there, 3 new players are going to be coming in, and we're barely 5 minutes into the game. So we're going to get those players rotating in quickly.
Nice backdoor caught by Ashley Reynolds. Counted and the foul. Ashley Reynolds going backdoor. Nice pass from Steph Grono. And that's the way this Buena Vista half-court offense is designed to work.
That's right. She'll knock down threes from the outside. She'll earn them on the inside. She's going to be a good player. And has been.
Checking in for Buena Vista, number 35, Amanda Nelson. Kinsey Hansen, number 25. And number 23, Alicia Highland. Right now, Ashley Reynolds trying to complete a 3-point play, and she does, giving Buena Vista a 16-10 lead. 14:40 to go first half. Again, full court pressure. And it really has bothered Upper Iowa. Although they've been able to break it, they've wasted probably 10 or 12 seconds getting it across the timeline. Now there's only 19 seconds to go.
Right now they've got to hurry their half-court offense. And you make forced plays like that. It went out on BV, but I think dividends later on in the game possibly there too.
Upper Iowa not a real deep team, so if Buena Vista can turn this into a track meet, it will be to their advantage. Shot by Cryer, no good. And we have an offensive foul, so Buena Vista will get it back. Buena Vista is coached by Janet Berry, and the 3-time IAC Coach of the Year. Right. Upper Iowa coached by Bill Wilson. Right now, however, we're going to take it down to Ryan Harder with this update on, I believe, Keely Bowman.
The Beavers are off to a good start in tonight's game. Apparently, a big factor in tonight's game is going to be the ages of the starting lineups on both teams. Upper Iowa is starting 2 freshmen, a sophomore, a junior, and a senior. A relatively young team. compared to the seniors and juniors on BV's starting line. Another factor that's going to make a difference tonight is what we will call the Bowman factor. Keely Bowman, of course, out with an injury, so we'll have to see how the Beavers compensate for that. Back to you upstairs.
And back to action. Kinsey Hansen out top. Buena Vista with a 16-10 lead. If you just joined us, Ashley Reynolds just completed a 3-point play, so she's got 6 for the game. Also, nice move by Grono. Count the basket in the foul, Grono. And she does that so well. We've seen it so many times.
What a great play. Just a little pump fake at her defender up in the air and throws it in. And a chance at a 3-point play.
Chance for the second straight 3-point play. Ashley Reynolds just went down the floor and converted on one. So she has 6. Also, Michelle Brazda has 6. Again, full court pressure, the 1-2-1-1 trap. And breaking the pressure is McIntosh. She drives all the way in, coast to coast. No good. She couldn't convert it. Nice drive, but she just couldn't finish it off. Reynolds driving near baseline. Back out to Grono. Grono double team, kicks it out to Nelson. No good. Offensive board by Grono. Oh. Upper Iowa's going to get it. Buena Vista up by 9.
A real fight in there for the rebounds so far. Both teams are really struggling, batting around the ball a little bit, hoping to get a tip ball. And it's going to be a battle. You keep that in mind all night. Just keep watching that battle underneath.
Crystal Cryer, the senior guard, now to Ringenberg, and she's fouled by Kinsey Hansen. That will be only the second team foul on the Beavers, and the first personal on Kinsey Hansen. So far the Beavers have done a good job keeping their post players out of foul trouble. It's early on, though.
And that'll be another interesting battle, to keep them to watch throughout the night, is the battle for position underneath. And that's what also will help determine the rebounds.
Steph Grono checks out. She gets a breather. Also, Jamie Luchtel sits to the bench for Upper Iowa. And back in for Buena Vista is Lori Hopkins.
And Michelle Bronstein.
A.J. Nelson running the point. She gets it up quickly, dishes out to Hopkins.
Well, she doesn't mess around.
Inside pass to Brazda.
That's
double team, but still puts in a turnaround.
That's tremendous. She's not missed a shot yet. She's 5 for 5, 10 points.
Brazda has nearly half of Buena Vista's 21 points, and the Beavers have opened up a 10-point lead here in the first 7 minutes of the first half. Buena Vista going with that 2-3 zone early on, with Kinsey Hansen in the middle. And Cryer now just has to throw it out. Ball batted around. We'll see if it's a violation. Nope. It was touched.
Tipped by Michelle Brazda, trying to bat it back to her own player.
A nice job of creating by Brianna McIntosh, the 5'5 freshman. She's got a couple baskets just off of dribble penetration alone, so she can create. Buena Vista will have to be aware of that. And Upper Iowa is now to within 8 points.
Sandra Pena with the knockaway. She's from Corpus Christi, Texas, so they really fly them in from far away.
Kinsey Hansen with the lackadaisical pass. Ringenberg back out to Cryer. Ten seconds to go on the shot clock. Ball is tipped. Upper Iowa will
kick,
get it back.
then they're going to reset the shot clock.
McIntosh out front driving, and she is fouled, I believe, by Highland. McIntosh very quick, just a 5'5 freshman, but she can make things happen on the offensive end, which is what you want if you're Coach Bill Wilson.
There wasn't much of a lane, and she went in there quickly. And Angie Patterson, yet another one of their guards with knee problems, is coming back in. She's not been out yet this season, but she's missed. She was out past
Parts
2 seasons.
of the last 2 seasons, right. You're right, Adam. And I believe on both of the different knees. In her freshman year, she injured actually tore an ACL on one knee. And last year, I believe, tore an ACL on the other knee. So that's a bad break, but she's back this year, and it doesn't look like she's lost a step.
No.
So really, this is her first full season as the point guard for Buena Vista. Doing a great job.
Well, let's hope she makes it the full season.
Looking inside for Brazda, steps back out, pops. She's 6 for 6. Michelle Brazda has got 12 of Buena Vista's 23 points early on, and BB is up 23 to 14. Again, full court pressure.
She should be getting the ball every time with that percentage.
McIntosh throws one up, no good. Rebound, McIntosh puts it back up and in. Wow, there's a one-man gang out there for the Peacocks, and it's Brianna McIntosh. That's going to be something Buena Vista is going to have to try to stop her dribble penetration. Turnaround shot by Kinsey Hansen is good. Buena Vista up 25-16.
Brianna McIntosh is 3 for 4 tonight, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. So yeah, she has been shooting well, and hopefully we can get a hand in her face, and that's the best you can do is hope that she doesn't stay hot.
Cryer double team, throwed it up, and I don't know what that was. She gets it back though. Kinsey Hansen's got it. Ahead to Highland, who fires it, no good. Maybe an ill-advised shot there from Highland. Didn't have any rebounders underneath. The only hope was that she could make it. So Upper Iowa down by 9 with McIntosh again driving right down the lane, knifing through Buena Vista players, but she couldn't finish it. Wow. Angie Patterson on the other end. Ahead to Hopkins for the... Oh, she misses it. Lori Hopkins blows the lay-in. She wishes she had that one back.
I'm sure it's been up-tempo and exciting so far. And in both teams, the guards, Brianna McIntosh has kept things exciting. And our own guards, Angie Patterson, has been doing the same.
Cryer back out to McDonald. No good. Buena Vista is still up by 9. Patterson has got... now she pulls up for the shot. No good. Wow. Just a torrid pace right now, and Barry knows that. She's got 4 substitutions on the bench. Upper Iowa's got a sub on the bench. We're just over the halfway point to go here in the first half, and McIntosh is going to pull up. No good. I think she got her shot blocked a little bit.
Kind of looked like hockey with the line change coming up on the next stop.
I tell you what, this is an up-tempo game here, Adam. Kinsey Hansen over to Highland, inside to Brazda. That's the play right there. Michelle Brazda. It's got a chance for a 3-point play. 7 for 7 tonight for Brazda. She's got 15 here early, a chance to make it 16, I believe. We'll have to, that's unofficial.
14.
14 our
she missed her
stat
free
keeper,
throw earlier.
Chuck says. So those 4 new substitutions coming in for the Beavers. So we'll set the lineups for you. It's going to be Ashley Reynolds, Angie Patterson, Michelle Brazda, Stephanie Grono, and Heather Dalton on the floor. So a 3-guard lineup right now with Dalton, Patterson, and Reynolds.
And Mindy Becker just checking in there for Brazda after she made her free throw. Mindy Becker, a freshman from Atkins, Iowa. 5'10", playing forward, so hopefully she can do some damage underneath too. Vicky Ringenberg is out. She's going to check back in, and so Michelle Brazda can take a little break from playing some good defense down underneath.
Pena working underneath against Becker, and she converts. So Pena against Becker, advantage Pena so far. Dalton with the shot, no good. Rebound by Upper Iowa. Buena Vista up by 10, 28-18.
Good look there by Angie Patterson. Just didn't get converted, and that's unfortunate.
By the way, that free throw was good by Brazda. She's got 15 in the game. Traveling on Pena. She packed her bags, and we have a 20-second timeout on the floor with Buena Vista up 28-18. We're going to take it downstairs to Ryan Harder for another floor report. Ryan.
An interesting side note to tonight's game so far. Apparently, Upper Iowa coach Bill Wilson has been having several heated discussions with the officials about the various calls. Seeing that this is happening so early in the game, one cannot help but wonder how these discussions are, what they will turn into once the game gets into its later stages. Apparently very heated discussions. Bill Wilson apparently a master of sarcastic comment. Back to you upstairs.
Well, always nothing short of exciting there. Able to say that the refs are going to be...
Well, Coach Bill Wilson's going to need a little bit of the refs' help if he wants to get close tonight. Up, down by 10, his team is. A nice pass inside to Stephanie Bruno. Give credit to Heather Dalton for the assist on that one. Buena Vista up 12 now.
Right there, the Beavers got it in quickly, and just kept up a torrid pace there. Good pass to Steph Grono, and she put it in.
Lisa McDonald out top, looking inside of Ringenberg. Nice defense by Stephanie Grono, who knocks it away. Mindy Becker comes up with it and gets it out to Reynolds. Beavers on a 3-on-2 break. Outside to Patterson. She'll fire for three. Got it! Angie Patterson hits her first three-pointer of the ball game. Buena Vista has their biggest lead of the game, 33-18.
Incredible.
A 15-point lead.
She had a great look and put that right through.
Knifing down the lane is Cryer, no good, but she'll go to the line, shooting two. Foul on Mindy Becker.
And Janet Berry over there shouting out instructions to her team on how to maybe move the feet a little bit and try to get in position for the defense instead of slapping with the hands.
Buena Vista picks up their fourth personal foul, the first on freshman Mindy Becker. Free throw by Cryer, no good. Substitution, McIntosh will come back in after a short rest, replacing number 33, Shannon Bacchus.
And I think Mindy Becker, too, even though she's a freshman, she's going to be important down there because she's another 5 fouls, if nothing else.
Yeah, and she has played a lot of minutes this year. When Brazda and Grono have been in foul trouble, she's already played a pivotal role. Patterson breaking the pressure. Outside to Dalton. Got it. Heather Dalton for three. So Heather Dalton early has made a good contribution off the bench. Well, we said some players had to step up in the absence of Keely Bowman. You're seeing that right now. Heather Dalton, probably the fourth player off the bench for Coach Berry this evening. She's already got a three-pointer and assist. So Buena Vista's up by 16. Shot no good by Upper Iowa. Grono clears it. Heather Dalton, she's going to spot up again. No good. And we have an over-the-back foul on Reynolds. Wow, so a lot of confidence from the 5'4" sophomore Heather Dalton.
Incredible. And Reynolds there was caught out of position, but she was fighting for the rebound. And it'd be nice to see her get position, but at least she's in there fighting.
Maybe not the best of plays by Ashley Reynolds. She didn't have position, but yeah, she wanted to make something happen. Buena Vista up 35-19. Now BV settles back into their half-court defense. They've called off the full-court pressure for now. I'm sure we'll see it again. Pena inside, no good. That was a bad-looking shot from Pena, but Mindy Becker bothered it a little bit. Upper Iowa, though, gets the offensive rebound and a new shot clock. Cryer working baseline, kicks it back out. McIntosh, watch her drive. Shot up, no good. Gets her on board. Brianna McIntosh has been everywhere, and I can't say enough. She's a good-looking freshman, and there's Upper Iowa's going to have another 3 years of her. Coach Wilson's got to feel happy.
I'm sure that, yeah, they've got to be happy about having her around. She's done a great job both knifing through the lane, and there she's spotting up for a three.
Yeah.
And it was a close shot, good-looking shot form. And so
from San Bernardino, California to Fayette, Iowa. What do you say to a person on a recruiting trip? I'm from San Bernardino, California, and she goes to Fayette, which is a population of like 500. What does the coach say to her? Well, we have a really good climate. You're really going to like our climate over here in the middle of northeastern Iowa.
I'm not sure how they do that. It takes certain people to actually enjoy the climate and see the weather change. And boy, to come from San Bernardino, California, Corpus Christi, Texas, New Mexico. We've got some from Georgia.
Upper Iowa,
Arizona.
Spends a lot of gas mileage, I would assume, on the recruiting trips. But a whole host of substitutions now for Buena Vista. They just replaced a whole new five, so we'll set it out for you. It's Kinsey Hansen, Michelle Brazda, Lori Hopkins, Alicia Highland, and at the point guard right there, A.J. Nelson. Against slight pressure by McIntosh. Nelson gets it up, 22 seconds to go, shot clock. And they pass it inside to Hansen. Kicks it back out to Nelson for three. Got it! Buena Vista is hitting their three-point shots this evening. That's the first three-pointer for Nelson this game, but I think we have
what a great job
5
right
so
there.
far.
Right.
Working inside, that is Ringenberg, no good. She has not been able to get anything going. credit the post defense for Buena Vista for that. Ringenberg comes in, the leading scorer for the Peacocks, and she's only had, I believe, 2 tonight.
Right, she had a great beginning, and then after that we haven't heard from her. Great job, both by...
Right there, they frustrate her. It's Lori Hopkins, Michelle Brazda with the double team, and they force Ringenberg into the travel.
And that's their 8th turnover to ours, too. You have to credit Steph Grono, Mindy Becker, and Michelle Brazda for the good defense and frustrating Vicky Ringenberg.
BVF 17.
And obviously that's one of the things that they wanted to do.
Hopkins called for the travel. She didn't agree with it, neither did Coach Barry.
Well, no sooner do we talk about something than that something goes wrong. So we've got the announcer's jink there. Jeez.
Up top is Pena, guarded by Hansen. Now over to McIntosh. And a 17-footer on the way by McDonald. No good. Rebound Brazda.
And you know they do a lot of circle and rotating on their offense if she's up on top.
And you got the feeling that Buena Vista doesn't mind McDonald taking those 17-footers. I think they'll let her shoot out there all night long. Kinsey Hansen inside to turn around. Got it. Kinsey Hansen. She's got 4 tonight. And Buena Vista's up by 19, 40-21. Just under 5 minutes to play. First half action from the Seawoods Fieldhouse. Scott Heinley along with Adam Matlock. McIntosh inside, right over Michelle Brazda for 2. Well, that's impressive. The 5'5" player, she's down.
Brianna McIntosh is down, and that's not good at all for the Upper Iowa Peacocks. Vicky Ringenberg has been silent recently, and Brianna McIntosh has been their one player, and she doesn't look good right now. So hopefully, I don't know, you almost kind of hope that things aren't so bad for her, for their sake, and for her sake.
Yeah, McIntosh is down. The trainers are looking at her. 4:43 to go, first half. Buena Vista up 17 points.
And where we didn't have very many fouls early on, now we've got 7 fouls total, and they've got 5. So it's long. It's been a long half for them so far.
Oh, there's a tip-off club, and when you come out to support the women's basketball team, if you arrive at the game before tip-off, you are eligible to become a member of the Beaver Tip-Off Club. All you need to do to sign up is prior to the start of the women's home game, and they draw names at halftime. Prizes include a women's basketball conference championship T-shirt and gifts provided by area businesses. Tonight's sponsor is Blimpies and Storm Lake Bowl. Each time you sign up, your name is placed into a drawing for the grand prize as McIntosh gets up. The crowd likes that.
Walking around, it looks like her right knee.
So, Adam, each time you sign up, your name is placed into the drawing for a grand prize to be given away at the women's last home game, which is February 27th against William Penn, and you must be present to win. So, show up to the women's game before the start of the game, sign up your name, and who knows, you might be a winner. Back to action.
So I could be a winner there. That's great.
A.J. Nelson, top of the floor. 14 seconds to go on the shot clock. Inside to Brazda. Turn around, no good. First shot she's missed all night. Michelle Brazda now 7 for 8, I believe, for the night. And that's first shot she's missed. So
she's been phenomenal underneath.
It's been a great first half. Ringenberg on the other end gets her 4th point of the ball game.
Let's hope that injury to McIntosh didn't turn things around for the post play.
And we have a pushing foul on Crystal Fryer. Upper Iowa closed to within 15 on that last shot by Ringenberg. Steph Grono back in, replacing Michelle Brazda. Right now on the sidelines, McIntosh is icing her right knee, and it looks like she'll be back in the game in the second half for sure.
She'll probably see second half action, yeah. She's not gone back to the training room or anything, so
Drono throws it away. She tried to drive baseline and thought she had Kinsey Hansen there. Kinsey Hansen was thinking something else. And Buena Vista now sets up into the full court pressure. Under 4 minutes to play first half.
And something significant, too. Upper Iowa is shooting below 33% from field goal, for the field goal range.
Great half-court defense by Buena Vista.
It's been that and stuff plays like that where
turnovers don't hurt either. A.J. Nelson comes up with that.
Great job.
Reynolds had to pick up her dribble. Now Dalton inside to Grono. Grono, turnaround, got it. Stephanie Grono with a turnaround shot. She's got 7 points tonight. Steph Grono making a great contribution here in the first half. Buena Vista up 17. And Crystal Cryer breaking the pressure by the Beavers. Guarded closely by Heather Dalton inside of Ringenberg.
And she's bringing it up quickly, too.
Now they get it back inside, and they're going to call Steph Grono on the reach-in foul. And that will put Upper Iowa in the bonus from here on in. 3:01 left to go in the first half. It's Buena Vista's 7th team foul, and just a second on Grono. So she'll probably sit out the remainder here of the first half, and so she doesn't pick up her third.
One important thing in basketball is turnovers. They have 9, and we have 4. And that's very important that we're able to maintain the ball. You can't obviously score if you're turning the ball over to them. And so that's just about as important as rebounding. As far as ball possession and all that.
As much of an up-tempo game as it's been, for Buena Vista to only have 4 turnovers here with just 3:01 left is phenomenal. Credit your Angie Patterson, AJ Nelson, and also Ashley Reynolds for that, because it's been a really up-tempo game, and 4 turnovers is not bad at all. Patterson back in at the point, over to Nelson. You also have Heather Dalton and Kinsey Hansen in there, and Stephanie Grono. So really a 4-guard lineup. Coach Barry going us with a small lineup here to close out the first half. Nice pass into AJ Nelson. Oh, Stephanie Grono found AJ Nelson cutting baseline. Nelson just couldn't hit it.
And before that set of sequence, we mentioned earlier that Upper Iowa is shooting below 33% from the field. We're shooting above 60%, and that's a great job by our team to find the open person.
Well, Michelle Braza she couldn't miss either. She was
that always helps out the percentages. Yeah,
7 of 7. She finally missed one. They're taking her temperature right now on the sideline. She's shooting so good. Grono gets the offensive rebound on the missed free throw, so Buena Vista will reset with the new 30.
Don't ask questions, just get her the ball.
AJ Nelson driving, nice pass inside of Patterson.
What a great job.
This is maybe as well as I've seen Buena Vista play in a long time. Granted, I haven't seen them play in a month, but they're really playing well tonight.
This is just as exciting as all the other teams that we've had here. All 4 years that I've been here, we've made it to the tournament, and this team should be no exception.
Grono ripping down the rebound. Patterson over to Dalton. Dalton spots up, no good. Offensive rebound again by Michelle Brosda, who just checked back in. And Pena clears for Upper Iowa. Upper Iowa needs a basket. They're down by 17 here. Shot no good. Foul on the floor against the Beavers.
And Jamie Luchtel goes down. Got bumped a little bit down there and fell down on the ground.
Reynolds and Becker replace Grono and Brosda.
One thing that's significant is that was Steph Grono's 3rd foul. I don't think we'll be seeing her again this half.
Yeah, and that's surprising because remember at the 3:01 mark, I was sitting here. She just picked up her 2nd foul, and I was telling you, well, she's probably going to be sitting on the bench for the final 3 minutes.
Right.
And Coach Berry, I thought she would sit her, but no, she brought her back in. She picked up that 3rd foul, so.
And that's pretty significant to have 3 fouls before half.
That's right, because once you get your 4th, you really got to be careful. So I'm really surprised that Coach Berry would put her back in.
You don't play so aggressively as a player, just because mentally you don't want to get that 4th foul, and so there is a mental break.
And also on the offensive end, you got to be careful about the charging.
Right.
Brosda pulls up, she missed again, so she's went cold, missed her last 2. Buena Vista still up by 17, 1:20 to go first half. McIntosh now re-enters the game, so her knee problem wasn't as serious as we first thought it was. Pena puts up the shot, no good. Rebound, Becker. Well, it's good to see Brenda McIntosh back in the game after a scary moment here.
Well, I tell you, I didn't expect to see her back in because they were icing it, so things kind of cool down, obviously, when you ice it. That's what the ice is there for. And so it's kind of surprising to see her back in before half.
1:08 to go in the first half of this one. And reminder to stay tuned for halftime. We got an interview with indoor track coach Keish Smith, and their team is on the road. I believe they went up to Minnesota this weekend or tonight for a meet. So good luck to them. And also the men's game coming up. Coach Van Haften right now talking to a couple Upper Iowa players as Mindy Becker makes 1 of 2 free throws, but Heather Dalton comes up with the offensive board.
And for those at home, you might want to come on out and watch our Buena Vista Dance Squad dance. Usually do a tremendous job, and that'll be coming up in 53 seconds.
Buena Vista up 45-27. McIntosh working against Dalton, knifing down the lane, no good. Gets her own rebound again, McIntosh, no good. Brazda clears. Well, a lot of times McIntosh will get the penetration, miss a shot, but she still gets her own rebound. And turnover by Heather Dalton.
Well, she just tried to run with it a little early, I think. Just like a receiver in football, you got to catch the ball and then run.
But give her credit for any of you young kids watching at home. She follows her own shot. She doesn't give up on it once she puts it back in. And even amongst the trees, Brazda and Becker, she's able to pull it down and give herself a second opportunity. That time she didn't convert, but more times than not, it's going to pay off for you.
Right, and that's neat to see that, those big people don't like to see the little ants running around them and certainly not doing their job, getting the rebounds.
11 seconds left to go on the shot clock, 15 to go in the game. Upper Iowa needs a basket here to feel confident going into halftime. Pena working inside, and they're going to call an offensive foul.
Good. Michelle Brazda just laid off a little bit, let her turn around. I think she had the lane maybe a little bit open, turned around and threw her shoulder right into Michelle.
So Buena Vista's got 10 ticks left on the clock. They try to build on their 45-27 lead. And Upper Iowa's going to show some slight pressure here. Try to make them take as much time as possible before they can get off a good shot. Nelson driving down the lane, puts up a shot, no good. And that's the way the half ends. Great first half by Buena Vista. Really an up-tempo ball game. They played great defense on the half-court end. Shot a high percentage, got the ball down low to their Michelle Brazda, Stephanie Gronow.
And they've got a lot of points, too.
Good
45 is a good half.
Good three-point shooting. Just a great half all around for the Beavers. And so it's 45-27 at the half.
They went cold there for a spell, and it's good to see that things are turning around now.
All right, we're going to send it to a break, and we'll be back with more Buena Vista basketball. You're listening to Innovation Video Sports. All right, that was the Buena Vista Starlets performing at halftime. As always, they do an excellent job. All right, now we're going to talk to indoor track coach Keith Schmidt and find out how the indoor track season is going. They've already had a couple meets, but it's early in the season. They just got their full squad back, so let's go to that interview.
Welcome back, and we're talking with indoor track coach Keith Schmidt. And Coach Schmidt, I guess this is the first week you've had a full squad back, and everybody is now gearing up for the indoor season. But you have had a few meets during the month of January where half squad participated, and you had 2 meets at South Dakota and 1 at Dordt. Why don't you tell us about those?
Okay, yeah, this is the first week that we've actually had everybody back. I always forget from year to year how frustrating interim can be sometimes, because we, with everybody doing internships and classes at different times, it's difficult to get everybody together. However, we have Monday, the first time we had people back. We had a good-sized squad, fortunately, and we had actually introduced everybody to some of the new freshmen that had not been around yet. But we did have 3 meets. So far, it's been going relatively well for us. We found out a few things. We've set 4 school records. 1 event twice, so actually 3 events, broken a total of 4 times. We have 1 national qualifier, a young lady that has got the leading jump in the country right now in the high jump. Some of our distance runners and middle distance runners are gradually getting into shape, and so their times, while they're not where they really want them to be, they're gradually dropping, and we've had a great week of practice this week.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Coach, you already had 1 record set, and I believe that was on the first day that this young lady was actually eligible to compete, which is amazing.
Right. Dawn Putnam Vineyard, who became eligible on the 24th, and she's a young lady that is very talented in the high jump. She's jumped 5'8" already. She got the leading jump in the country as far as Division III with the women, and a hard worker, and like I said, a very talented young lady.
And as you're looking at some of the veterans coming back, Coach, who do you expect to be the leaders on the team and to step up and to really score the points for you this year?
For our women, Melanie Ewell has been running exceptionally well. She's not jumped quite at the level that she has in the past just yet. She's shown moments of brilliance, a little bit inconsistent on the board, but her sprint races, she's actually gotten a school record in the 200 and is running exceptionally well there. Our women's 4x4 broke a school record in spite of the fact one of the gals, Eden Smith, actually ran injured. And they're running very well. Lori Fickbaum is running well. On the men's side, our distance runners, 2-milers, the Brian White, Oscar Cardenas, Brad Behrens have been doing a great job. Our 400, 800-meter people, they're always the ones that it's a little more difficult to try to get them into shape with our facilities, because we can't sprint outdoors and we don't have enough room inside to run the distances that we need. And so we're working on their speed and a little bit of endurance. So we've got to kind of bring the 2 together here in the next few weeks so that the 800 and 400 times will drop. But Adam Gordon has done a good job in the hurdles. Joel Johnson, a freshman high jumper, is continuing to improve and doing a good job. And we've got a couple freshmen doing a great job in the long jump. Nate Harrington and Kevin Endelman are both doing exceptionally well in the sprints and the long jump.
Okay, so I guess that's a quick preview of what the indoor track season has in store for Coach Keith Schmidt and the track team. So we're going to take it back to these messages. You're watching Innovation Video of Sports.
There's your halftime score. Buena Vista 45, Upper Iowa 27. We are at the half. And now let's take it downstairs to Ryan Harder, our floor reporter, who has an interview with the scorekeeper, I believe. Ryan.
I'm down here on the floor with BV senior Mark Kenny, who is the clock operator for tonight's game. And Mark, you tell me you hold a special distinction among clock operators.
Yes, that's right, Ryan. I believe I am the shortest Division III clock operator in Division III history, so I got that underneath my belt.
Yes, yeah, you stand at 5 foot even, correct?
Well, no, not quite. I'm 5'4", but
I'm very sorry, 5'4".
I can get.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Do you find that you need to undergo any special conditioning to train for your job?
Well, most people think all I do is just push a button and pull it down when I'm ready to stop the clock, but actually it takes a lot of hours in the gym, and I just do my part to help out the VV system here. So,
do you find as a shall we say vertically challenged clock operator, do you face any discrimination among your fellow scorekeepers?
Well, I guess it tends back when I was back on the playground and wanted to play ball with all the taller guys, and they just wouldn't let me play. So now all I do is get to run the clock. So I do what I can, you know.
Well, it seems you have made something for yourself. Now tell me the truth. When BV's ahead by a couple points and it's getting down to the wire and it looks like a close game, do you ever feel compelled to let the clock run a little bit so that BV might have the advantage?
Well, every now and then I like to throw it on a little earlier. No, not really. Athletes get a hold of me, and I just kind of, I gotta follow the rules. So,
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mark, for coming down.
No problem.
Back to you upstairs.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan. Talking with Mark Kenny, the timekeeper for this evening's games. Right now, we got a commercial break, and we'll be back with more halftime action right after this. All right, welcome back to Siebens Fieldhouse. Halftime score, Buena Vista 45, Upper Iowa 27. Scott Heinley and Adam Matlock with you. Talking about the first half, we have some stats in front of us, courtesy of Charlie Platt.
And he's done a great job over there. Kept us on our toes and gave us some pretty key statistics.
Tell you what, Michelle Brazda, 15 points and 5 rebounds. Was huge in the first half. 1 point, she was 7 for 7. Later, she cooled off and was 7 for 9. But give credit to the Buena Vista guards for getting the ball down low to her. And also, Angie Patterson was 7, along with Stephanie Grono. And Grono adds 3 rebounds to that. Ashley Reynolds had a couple of threes.
One thing that I think is pretty key, if you look at those 4 people, it goes center, guard, center, guard. It changes. So we've got the big guys that are scoring, big girls that are scoring, and we got the small people that are scoring. You go over to their side.
Brenda McIntosh just played a great game. There's some scary moments there, and late on in the first half, she went down with a injury to her right knee. We didn't know how long she'd be out, but give credit to her. She came right back into the game.
Right,
she's
and
got
she
9.
has as many as Vicky Ringenberg.
Kip Ruman giving us the stats. Heads up, Kip. Vicky Ringenberg, the 6-foot center. She got 9 points after a slow start, so she got back on track. And they have another player with 4 points. Stephanie Grono picked up her 3rd personal foul with a minute to go, which may or may not be a factor, but the point is...
you don't want to see that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's not... But Minnie Becker stepped up, played good. I thought Minnie Becker caused a lot of poor shots from Pena.
She did. She's done a great job in there. On the defensive end, she's really given Ringenberg and their other post people some problems. Not just Ringenberg when they're in a zone, but
I
you're
thought
right.
Heather Dalton played a very good first half as well off the bench. 5'4" sophomore. She had a 3-pointer, made a lot of assists, made things happen out there. Heather Dalton, we said, one of the players that had to step up, and she has so far.
Just kind of a scrappy player, you're right.
Let's take a look at these first half highlights here. And a very up-tempo game. Early on, Michelle Brazda again getting the points. Right there, Ashley Reynolds hit her first 3-pointer of the game, and that kind of set the stage, I think, that 3-pointer. That was off an offensive rebound, I believe. Again, great passing. That was a backdoor cut by Reynolds. Nice backdoor cut. She got the 3-point play there. Stephanie Grono working. That's just great one-on-one basketball.
Pretty. Michelle Brazda underneath. That's probably when she was still in her little streak.
7 for 9 in the first half. At one point, she was 7 for 7. Hit 4 straight shots in a row.
78%'s not bad. And there we see just a lot of great passes from out on top to underneath.
Running the fast break. Here's Heather Dalton spotting up from the far baseline. A.J. Nelson also with the 3. And Kinsey Hansen, nice turnaround. You saw Coach Berry go with a smaller lineup there toward the end of the first half. I thought it worked very well. She had sometimes Nelson, Patterson, and Dalton in there. So 3 guards in there. Also Kinsey Hansen, who's more of a swing-type player. And then they just had Grono. So this team could go big or small. They can also put in Brazda, Grono, and Becker at the same time.
Right.
So either way, this team is very flexible. Right now, just playing a great game. This is a team that beat Buena Vista by 2 points on the road early in the season.
And they're demolishing them so far. One thing, too, that I think is impressive about VV so far is that they're playing not only their seniors and juniors, but they're throwing in some freshmen in there that are getting some pretty significant playing time. And that will not only help out, later on in the years, but possibly later on in the tournament, if maybe their seniors get injured, like Keely Bowman has gotten injured. It doesn't seem like they've lost much because they have had those other people get some playing time.
You're right. Let's talk about the tournament now. Buena Vista sits right now 3rd place in the conference at 8-3. Upper Iowa 6th place at 4-5. This is the same spot that Buena Vista sat at last year, 8-3 in the conference, 3rd place. If you go back, flip the calendar back a year ago, Buena Vista was in 3rd place. Talked to Coach Berry earlier in the week, and she said, no, we're still confident. This is the same place we were at a year ago. We made our move in the second half of the season, and we're confident we can do the same thing again. And there's no reason to think any different. This team has won 3 straight conference championships, basically the same leaders on the floor, although now they have some adversity to overcome, minus Bowman. But pretty much this team's going to have to win the conference or place second in order to qualify for the NCAA
tournament. One thing,
tournament.
Though, too, is that they need to make sure that they keep up the intensity. They can't really let down any more games. They've pretty much already had their letdowns. They've got the 3 losses. It'll be tough to win the conference with much more than that. Simpson's got only 1 loss in the conference, Central 2.
One of those, exactly, in both those losses, their losses coming against Simpson, Central, and Upper Iowa. They still have both Simpson and Central to play again. So, and both those teams coming up, they play Central next Tuesday, I believe. So,
and as Coach Berry said in her interview with you, you got to learn from your mistakes. They haven't lost any games or any to a team in a season for quite a long time. They haven't lost a series for a while, so those will be pretty big games.
Ashley Reynolds starts off the second half with a nice pass breakup. Buena Vista gets it, leading by 18. Lori Hopkins out far wing, over to Grono. And Grono double team has got to kick it back out. 10 seconds to go, shot clock. Same starting 5 for both teams here, second half. Patterson for 3 on the near baseline, hits it. So Angie Patterson has her second 3-pointer of the ball game, and she's now in double figures with 10. Buena Vista up 19.
Incredible job there by Angie. Just had that open, kind of an open look there, and put it right through the hoop.
Buena Vista settles into a 2-3 zone. And that's McIntosh pulling up, no good. Rebound, though, by number 55, Jamie Luchtel. So she has 6 points and 8 rebounds, more importantly, for Luchtel. She's been very aggressive, especially on the offensive glass for the Peacocks.
And that's one thing that we said would be important early on in the first half. Upper Iowa, 25 rebounds. BV, only 17.
Hopkins fires from three-point land, no good. McIntosh is there. And McIntosh shows it away, looking for Crystal Cryer. Turnovers as kind of offset the rebounding, however, for Upper Iowa. They've done a decent job on the offensive glass. But
Brianna McIntosh, we talked earlier about her ability to make things happen on the offensive end, cut through holes. But she's got their most, she and Jamie Luchtel have the most rebounds. She had 7 in the first half, along with Jamie Luchtel, who had 7 in the first half. And that's pretty good. That's better than Vicky Ringenberg, who was their center, and Michelle Brown.
Yeah, McIntosh, 4 of those 7 rebounds on the offensive board. Angie Patterson, it's the first 5 points of the second half She's got 12 now with a nice leader in the paint. Buena Vista up 50-29. Wow. Still in the 2-3 zone. Almost stolen away by Hopkins.
And they've got to be happy about this, again, with the loss of Keely Bowman. They've come out and just dominated a team that they lost to earlier in the season.
McIntosh trying to beat the shot clock, got it to fall. And she's visibly limping out there. Watch McIntosh on the way back. Now she's holding her right knee, so keep an eye on that. I don't think she's 100% right now. Reynolds for 3, no good. So Buena Vista firing the long shots here in the second half. I'm not so sure if that's what they wanted to do. Surprising that they don't try to get the ball back inside of Brazda as Ringenberg misses the fast break lay-in.
And if you're up by a lot, that's exactly what you should do. Send it down underneath, try to get them into some trouble, and like they did right there, get it down to Brazda, and try to get some things happening underneath.
Yeah, Michelle Brazda, 15 first-half points. And in the first 3 minutes here in the second half, the Beavers all but forgot about her on the offensive end of the floor.
McIntosh, while she's been creating a lot of offense,
nice shot by Bruno from the
hasn't
baseline.
been doing a lot herself. She's 5 for 15, and that's pretty close to the team's average of 33%. But if you're going to be shooting the ball, you'd want to make that many times, 15 times. You want to be making it a little bit. And
McIntosh.
There she makes it.
Yeah, but give credit to McIntosh. A lot of those shots were very tough, and BB breaking on the other end, Hopkins. If you're Coach Wilson, you don't tell McIntosh to stop shooting, I mean, she's done a good job of creating. Yeah, she's not finishing, but she's making things happen. She's getting the offensive board. She's getting to the line, and that's what you want. If you have a player that can create like that, you might, instead of shooting those shots at those in the paint, you might want her to dish off and find the open player when the double team is there. But I still think you want her to be aggressive and look for a shot.
Well, especially when you got a Vicky Ringenberg to go down to underneath. There's a lot more options for some offense. But yeah, you're right. She's creating offense with her dribble. You know, if you have the open shot, take it. She deserves it.
Buena Vista up 19, 52-33, 16-12 to go, second half. If you just joined us, Buena Vista has trailed only once in the game. That was very early, 8-6. And that time that was a poor shot. And Kinsey Hansen now ahead of the pack. No good, misses the lay-in. Buena Vista's had some chances for some easy points on this end. Haven't converted so far. Crystal Cryer sets the offense. Buena Vista now back into a man-to-man defense.
I think.
Excuse me, they're still in 2-3. Sorry. 10 seconds to go, shot clock. And Stephanie Cronin playing great perimeter defense right now. Now Cryer driving in, dishes off, and Alicia Highland, who checked into the game, gets the steal. Ahead to Reynolds. Turn around. Bruno got it. Stephanie Bruno with her 4th point in the second half. Should give her 11 for the ball game.
Great job there by Bruno. Just turned around, a little fadeaway jumper. Tremendous.
Buena Vista up 21 points, and Ashley Reynolds gets the steal, looking for a fast break. Ahead to Highland. Can she get to it? She tracks it down and gives it right back to Reynolds for the 3-ball from way deep. Ashley Reynolds.
Wide open. And she just stepped back, made it. That was tremendous. Great job.
It's Reynolds' second trifecta of the ball game. Give her 9. And Buena Vista has built a 57-33 lead.
She had all day to shoot that.
Tie up, possession arrow pointing toward Peacocks. 3 new Beavers check in. Brazda, Dalton, and Nelson for Reynolds, Patterson, and Bruno. Coach Berry appreciates the effort by her 3 players. Now Upper Iowa will have 13 seconds to shoot it, Adam.
Right, and that's pretty important too. It's not like normally where you'd be able to set up a little bit more. You got to set up a little quicker, so possibly that can come into play.
McIntosh for 3. She's not afraid to shoot it. We talked about that earlier. If you got a gunner like her, I guess she's going to keep shooting until she finds her range. Cryer with the pickoff. And now Upper Iowa breaking. Cryer takes it. Now dishes off, and bad decision-making by Cryer. On the
both
Peacocks
sides there, too.
On the breaks,
Right.
they've made bad decisions. A lot of turnovers on the breaks for Upper Iowa.
They have, and
that comes with inexperience.
Right now, that's up to 14 for them, only 9 for us.
McIntosh with the
And
pickoff from Nelson.
10.
3-on-2. McIntosh, coast to coast. And cuts the score to 57-35.
Good job there by Brianna McIntosh, taking it all the way.
And she showed her speed that time.
Right.
She beat the whole pack down, and I don't think there's any chance she was dishing off to her teammates there. She was taking it right to the rack. Kinsey Hansen, nice fake.
She's a freshman with a lot of gall, and she just takes it right in there and not afraid to do much.
Kinsey Hansen, aggressive play, knocks it out of bounds. Well, she's going to be a key player in the stretch run for the conference, I believe, Kinsey Hansen, because she is a pivotal player. She can play the guard spot. She can play the forward spot. The leading rebounder in the state of Iowa last year. And we have a foul on Alicia Highland, blocking foul.
And Kinsey Hansen, yet another freshman out of Livermore, Iowa, seeing a lot of playing time and doing a great job. And that's important. We see Brianna McIntosh again, not quite making those quick moves like she was doing before. Perhaps her knee's still hurting her a little bit.
But she's still firing, though, on a 3, no good. Rebound Ringenberg, and she's fouled by Brazda.
Not afraid to do that. But again, with that shot, it looked like to me that she didn't get very far off the ground. And when you don't have your legs, it's hard to make those shots.
Yeah, you need your legs underneath you to make those long three-pointers. That's Brazda's second personal foul, and Buena Vista's second team foul. Ringenberg on the line, shooting 2.
She's 6 for 7 at the line. Gotten to the line quite a bit. When you get it tossed underneath, and BV has had a tendency to foul this season, get the line a lot.
Cuts the lead to 22 points, and Buena Vista turns it over on the fast break. Now McIntosh knifing down the lane, throws up a wild shot, and it's going to go back to Buena Vista. You get the feeling you're watching a playground game here with Brianna McIntosh running the point for Upper Iowa. She is all over the place, throwing up crazy shots, and not many of them are going in, but she's making things interesting out here for us.
Not afraid of anything at all. And
BB still with a 22-point lead. They get it in down low to Brazda. She has to kick it back out. Upper Iowa.
Might play the playgrounds there in San Bernardino, California.
Nelson tries a wraparound pass, but that's not going to work with 3 blue shirts standing in front of Brazda.
And Janet Berry brings up Angie Patterson and a couple other players coming off the bench.
Great play by Michelle Brazda, forcing the tie-up on Crystal Cryer. And we have a timeout on the floor with 12:21 to go, second half. Buena Vista up by 22 points.
A great job. They've really come out here and just kind of dominated. Brianna McIntosh is 7 for 20, 20 shots, and we're not even halfway through the second half, and that's pretty incredible. 35%. It's better, but still not what you'd like to see, I guess.
Well, she's gonna. That's a shooter's mentality. She'll keep putting him up, and I don't think that's gonna change. Upper Iowa, not a real deep team. That's another thing we're gonna have to look for. They might be getting fatigued here. This has been a quickly played ball game. It's only 7 o'clock. I have on my watch, and we're already only 12 minutes to go to the end of this one. If you just joined us, Buena Vista got up to a great start, led by 17 points at halftime. Michelle Brazda hit her first 7 shots of the ball game. Excellent three-point shooting by the Beavers. I believe they were 5 for 5 at one point in the first half from downtown. And the benches produced too. So
they just started out really strong. The Beavers have started out really strong and have kept it up. Maintained a good lead, extended the lead a little bit, and now we're going to be able to reap the benefits, possibly see some some of our starters be able to sit and maybe get everybody into the game.
There'll be 17 seconds left to go on the shot clock. And right now it's Lori Hopkins, Angie Patterson, Heather Dalton, Stephanie Grono, and Michelle Brazda. So it's more of a bigger lineup in there right now for the Beavers. Heather Dalton, they're trying to go inside to Brazda. Back out to Patterson, and she walked with it. Patterson picked up her foot. And now you're going to see the full court pressure by Buena Vista again.
And we've already almost seen as many turnovers this half as we did all last half for the Beavers. And that's important. That if they continue winning this game, that might be something Coach Barry might want to look back on and say, you know, we did a good job, but
there's always areas you can improve in even if you get the victory. Three-pointer on the way by number 43, which is no good. Offensive rebound, 2 offensive rebounds. Ringenberg finally puts it back in.
Not getting the job done in the glass, off the glass, like we said they needed to at the beginning. Luckily, they're doing other things to compensate for that.
And that pass by Hopkins knocked away, but it'll stay toward the Beavers. 16 seconds to go on the shot clock. Hopkins to inbounds. Beavers up by 20. They've enjoyed about a 20-point lead throughout much of the second half. Grono driving baseline, puts up a shot. Good. That was a tough shot by Grono. She had a hand in her face. Still able to put it in. Buena Vista up 61-39. And full court pressure. And a foul. They're going to call that on Grono. That's her 4th.
That's
do.
Big. Oh. Well, that's good. And sometimes you might even see that people kind of step up and take the foul instead of. But that would have been pretty significant.
Cryer looking inside. Now they get it to Ringenberg. Ringenberg, wow, she's come to play here in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Ringenberg getting a nice turnaround, cuts the lead to 20. And right when she got the ball, you knew what she was doing. She was going right to the rack. Heather Dalton, nearly a 3-point play for Heather.
I think we've seen a bit better ball movement from the Beaver offense this half. We're going to be seeing Mindy Becker come in, and hopefully that'll maybe shake things up a little bit and continue seeing the good ball movement.
Becker replaces Brazda. Brazda with a game-high point total so far tonight. Second shot on the way by Dalton. Good. So Dalton makes 1 of 2, and she goes to the bench, replaced by Ashley Reynolds. Buena Vista up 62-41 is the score. 10:28 to go, second half. This has been a quickly played ball game. A few timeouts. McIntosh guarded closely by Patterson. And ball picked off by Lori Hopkins, and then Lori Hopkins is fouled by Sherry Feromas. Lori Hopkins, great job playing the passing lanes. Great anticipation.
It's a good job, again, by the Beaver defense. The pressure defense is something that Coach Barry has just lived on all of her years here. She's had the ability, good fortune to have a bunch of players, good depth, and so they can play that up-style game, and pressure defense is one of the things that have really helped them.
And we had a tie-up possession, arrow points toward the Peacocks, so they'll get it back. And McIntosh almost loses it. Now she throws it back to Cryer. Iowa trying to look inside to Ringenberg. There it is, a 14-footer, no good. So Ringenberg finally misses here in the second half. Buena Vista will get it back.
And McIntosh was open on the other side of the key there and really wanted the ball. Probably wanted to put up another shot. A lot of shots going up.
Sherry Frenamos picks up an offensive foul, I guess, so that's her 3rd for Upper Iowa. dishes out to Reynolds. Reynolds misses badly. Oh, look out. Here we got it 2-on-2. And you know what this means. McIntosh running the break. Oh, she dishes off. Nice dish. See, there's a good decision making right there. Give credit to Brenda McIntosh dishing off to Ramos. There she made the right decision, and you can see it paid off for her. So we'll see if she learns from that.
Great job. Coach hopefully praises her just as much for that as making a point. It's very important, especially as a point guard, that you dish it off.
If I was a betting man, I would have had 20-to-1 odds she was taking it right to the hole. I did not think she was going to pass that ball. I don't think anybody in the gym did.
You would have seen some sort of circus in the air shot before she passed it off. So, an interesting playing style.
That cut the lead to 19 points with 9 minutes to go. So Buena Vista is still firmly in control.
Kick of the ball, and the clock shot gets reset, so they get another 30 seconds to run their offense. Take some time off the clock.
Good look at Lori Hopkins, one of the seniors on the team from Rhinebeck, Iowa. And ball knocked away by McIntosh, and she dishes off once again to Crystal Cryer, who can't make the shot.
Well, there you go again. She had even a layup that time and went for a circus. Maybe we're seeing her grow as a player in this game.
That could be the case, Adam. Grono checks out, and 3 new Beavers will check in. Brazda, A.J. Nelson, and number 31, Jamie Brower.
Grono, Becker, and Patterson check out. And Brazda's back in with her game high for both teams, 15 points. You could really hear that slap up here. There wasn't too big a question about that one. Lori Hopkins got her on the wrist.
Vicky Rangenberg at the line. 6-foot junior from Rochester, Minnesota. She is the point leader on this team as well as leader in rebounding, and was a big factor in why Upper Iowa knocked off Buena Vista back in early December. And I believe that was the first conference game of the year way back in early December, and Upper Iowa just basically shocked Buena Vista. They basically shocked them because last year Upper Iowa did not finish well in the conference. And another steal by McIntyre. So Buena Vista getting lazy on their passes. McIntyre this time taking it all the way to the rack. Coast to coast for McIntosh. And the lead is cut now to 62-46.
And you're right, it
so
could
16 points. This is as small a lead as we've seen in the second half, Adam.
That has been, whereas that sounds bad, it's still 16 points, so that's not so bad.
But the way it's happening, I'm sure Coach Berry, the way it's happening, Buena Vista had 3 turnovers in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, you know Coach Berry's not happy.
McIntosh just waiting there for the ball to come to her, and she's had a couple open breakaways.
Island's back in, too.
Jamie Brower with the shot. Her first shot goes in, so Jamie Brower put her on the scoreboard. Give Buena Vista a 64-46 advantage. 8:10 to go in regulation.
For those scoring at home.
Or by yourself. Shot by Cryer, no good. Rebound, Brower. Jamie Brower does not like to announce her presence with authority. She did, though, right there.
Yeah, she's really kind of muscling in there. Maybe not too happy, I don't know, but looked like she wanted to throw some elbows.
A.J. Nelson takes over the point. She'll be guarded by McIntosh.
Jamie Brower, a 5'8 sophomore forward. Something you don't maybe see too often is a shorter forward. A.J. Nelson, holy cow.
A.J. Nelson from the cheap seats gives Buena Vista a 67-46 lead. 7:30 to go.
Great job.
And Nelson, she's got at least 2 threes in the game. Let's see if we can get how many points she's got.
Whoa.
Buena Vista gets it back. So right now, we'll set the lineup for you. It's Hopkins, Brazda, Highland, Brower, and Nelson. So the only starter in there, actually the 2 starters in there right now, Brazda and Hopkins.
And AJ's got 6 points for that update. And anybody scoring at home, there you go. Or by yourself.
both of those three-pointers. Lori Hopkins gets it taken away by McIntosh. McIntosh one-on-one, fast break, no good. Oh, McIntosh wanted the foul. Oh, Coach Wilson's up and yelling at the refs. Alone is Brazda on the other end for the lay-in. So that's a swing right there. That's a 4-point swing. McIntosh missing the layup on this end. Michelle Brazda getting on that end. That could be the knife right through the coffin right there with 6:36 to go. That was a huge play.
He's not happy. He's up, storming the sidelines, yelling at the refs. He was not happy with that call. Or non-call.
Double team kicks back out to McIntosh. Kiss off the glass, no good. Buena Vista rebound. That's a big play. I can't say how huge that was. McIntosh makes that point. That's a 4-point swing. Upper Iowa's to within 15 points with 6 minutes to go if they make that. And there's Brazda doing the damage inside. She's got 2 in a row. Lori Hopkins is liking that. She gets the assist.
Lead now. Incredible.
19 points for Michelle Brazda. Game high.
She's done a great job, not only on the offensive end, and obviously she's done well there, but also on the defensive end. She's given Vicky Ringenberg fits there.
And we'll see. I was just about to say she's done a good job in staying out of foul trouble, but we'll see who they give it on right here. She might have picked up her third. Yes, she did.
I don't know, that almost looked clean. It looked like somebody else came in from the inside and swiped at the arm, and she got a clean block, but maybe they called something a little earlier or saw something I didn't see from up here.
Vicky Ringenberg, no good. Buena Vista up 71-46. And checking into the game, Stephanie Grono and Angie Raveling. Angie Raveling, a Storm Lake local product.
Done a good job at the sophomore level, or at the junior varsity level, and getting some playing time now.
Coach Wilson's still up about the refs. Oh, he's throwing his hands in the air. He doesn't like that. Oh, there's a shot on the way by Raveling. No good. Angie Raveling puts up a 3 right away. Wants to get into the game. And shot was no good.
And it looks like on the Beaver bench, if we were to get a look over there, there's only 2 people with their coats still on. So
right.
2 people that haven't played.
Vicky Ringenberg with another 2 points to add to her total. She leads the Peacocks in double-figure scoring. Highland driving baseline, and she's cut off, has to kick it back out. Grono from deep, no good. Rebound, Peacocks. 5:02 to go. Men's team watching from over by the scoreboard.
And the update on Brianna McIntosh, 8 for 23 now. 23 shots. A Michael Jordan shot output.
Yeah.
Not quite the scoring of Michael Jordan,
though. Alicia Highland picks up her second foul. The men's team over on the far concourse, watching from the railing.
Watching from above.
And the men
cheering on their
lead
team.
the Iowa Conference with a 10-1 record. So we'll see them shortly.
We'll get to them soon enough. In the meantime, we've got a women's game where the women are leading and dominating.
The women getting revenge here tonight on a 2-point loss earlier in the year. And third place in the conference, trying to work their way up. They've looking right now, they're ranked 6th in the Western region. And looking for positioning in their tournament. Trying to win their 4th straight conference title, but more importantly, advance past the Sweet 16 in the tournament. Their goal is to make the Final Four this year. It's going to be really tough without Keely Bowman, but
lofty goals. And now Upper Iowa's offense gets to take over. But as we have seen tonight, it's pretty much just Vicky Ringenberg and Brianna McIntosh. They've taken 37 of 57 total shots by Upper Iowa.
Wow, that's amazing.
A lot of shots going up.
There's Pena, she loses it. Kinsey Hansen picks it up.
And that could be why they're taking so many shots, because there are, when the other people get the ball, they're losing it. So.
Alicia Highland driving baseline, no good. She'll go to the line.
Great
Alicia Highland,
there.
good player. She plays in a very deep position though for the for the Beavers, so she doesn't get a lot of chance to show her talents, but she's had considerable playing time today, and she's done a good job. Right now we're going to go downstairs to Ryan Harder for a floor report. Ryan.
It's time once again for a floor report, which means we're going to re-examine our origins and go back to the floor. As you can see here beside the out-of-bounds line, on the other end of on this end of the floor, there is something that appears to be a trapdoor. Now, I'm not quite sure what this trapdoor is. If I were running the gym, I would use it to hide gold or candy or a large supply of Dr. Pepper. Or perhaps there's a dungeon beneath this trapdoor that leads to a dungeon where bad students are kept, or perhaps a walkway to the other buildings, not unlike the Seagram's Forum. But either way, I'm going to examine the origins of this trapdoor and try to find out what's underneath it. Back to you upstairs.
Well, there you have it. Jeez. Always going to keep you on your toes there. Interesting idea. Trapdoor, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Heather Dalton just put in a tray, and I'm sure Coach Bill Wilson wishes a couple of Buena Vista players would just somehow slide right underneath that trapdoor and disappear, because
I don't know. Well, I tell you what, I'm looking down there where Ryan was, and I don't see him actually looking into that. Maybe he's going to wait till the break between the men's and women's game, but I'd tell you, maybe possible lie there. We should get him on that.
Buena Vista up 76-50.
Wow.
And Kinsey Hansen will be going to the line shooting 2. We're under 4 minutes to play.
And a 26-point lead. They're sitting pretty well right now. As you said, under 4 minutes to play. Possibly can sneak in some of those other people that haven't quite seen the playing time yet.
And right there's a good shot of the banners. On that far shot of Kinsey Hansen. There's new banners here at the Stevens Fieldhouse. The 2 new schools, Coe and Cornell, are included in those banners, as you see right there at the far end of your screen. And that's a good change I noticed before. And plus, the reason they don't include the mascots, which is good, because this is not a good conference for mascots. I mean, let's face it, you got the Beavers playing the Peacocks tonight. And Heather Dalton, breakaway lay-in, got it. Heather Dalton played an excellent game. She just hit a 3 moments ago, so she's had 5 points in about a 2-minute span.
Now, we aren't seeing a lot of Hawkeyes, Buckeyes, and Cyclones up here.
Heather Dalton's got 8 for the game. 21 turnovers on the Peacocks.
That's incredible. Of course, we've got 17 ourselves, so we had 7 the first half, and from there it's quite a few.
5'9" freshman Sally Rezabek from Glidden checks into the game for the Beavers. And also Nicole Grubb is in the game, along with Mindy Becker, Heather Dalton. And Mindy Becker with the shot, can't get it to fall. Scrapping for the rebound.
And we've now seen everybody in there to play. Michelle Brosda's put it on her jacket. She probably has seen her last action tonight. Great job by the women's team. 30-point lead with 2:45 left in the game. And
three-pointer by Ringenberg. Wow, she can go inside, she can go outside. Right over Mindy Becker there at time.
That was incredible. I didn't think she had the shot outside, but good job.
Well, that's a great asset to have, a big post player who can hit that outside shot.
You don't see that too often, especially at this level. But she's a
Raveling, no good on the shot.
Junior out of Rochester, Minnesota.
2:21 to go. Buena Vista up 80-53. Let's do the math here and figure out how much that is.
27.
27 points.
Whoa, that was a tough one.
The math major gets that a little bit easier than me, but hey, it's the same result, isn't it? That's the only thing that counts.
I guess. Let's see. We've also got 7 fouls for us, 8 fouls for them. How many is that? That's a difference of 1 there. But both teams are in the 1-1 bonus, so that with a game so far apart, I can't imagine that that's going to come into play too much. You just gotta, if you're BV, you just gotta keep the ball, work the ball around, let these players that haven't seen much playing time get some touch on the ball.
Jamie Brower goes to the line. She's fouled, so she'll have a chance for 2 points here. 2:14 to go. Buena Vista up 27. And this has been a quickly moved right along. Not too many timeouts, not a whole lot of fouls.
It has. I'm very impressed with that. I don't know what's actually happened tonight versus other nights, but there weren't all that many timeouts. There was a one injury that I remember, but for the most part, things have just kind of kept going along. Nice up-paced game, so it's enjoyable for the fans to watch. And
well, Upper Iowa still got their players in there. McIntosh is still in, along with now Ringenberg has taken a seat, but McIntosh is giving the ball a workout, I'd say that. And she goes, she's going to go back to the line.
We're going to have a new one for the men's game. She's taking all the bounces out.
Yeah, but you wait and see. She's right now unpolished freshman, but give her 3 years, she's going to be an all-conference point guard, and I'll bet the bank on that.
I don't think it'll even take 3 years. She's a phenomenal player. San Bernardino, California. She's probably out playing with some of the boys out there, and she's done a great job.
We're under 2 minutes to go now. Buena Vista up by 28. And
all sorts of new faces that you don't normally see out there for the Beavers, and it looks like even the Peacocks have gotten in some faces they don't normally play.
McIntosh gives it inside. Oh, blocked! Mindy Becker says, "Get that out of here. This is my house."
Came and took it out of the hands. All ball. What a pretty block.
Oh, that was sweet. That was nice right there.
I think Mindy Becker's going to be something to keep an eye on.
She doesn't have to announce her presence with authority. She likes to right there.
What a great job.
And
yeah, I think
right now, I guess we're going to be shooting free throws here on this end. 1:27 to go. How's everybody doing out there tonight? It was a nice day today, Adam. Did you have a chance to get outside? It was a great day.
I've been able to. It's really odd for up here in this weather up here. It's usually bitter cold. And
can't beat it. All right, we're going to go right downstairs now to Ryan Harder. He's got another floor report for us.
You heard it here first, folks, not to toot my own horn, but on the other side of the court at the beginning of the game, I said that Bill Wilson's witty repartee, if you will, with the coaches would get him into trouble, and indeed it has. Apparently some comments on the other end of the floor earned him a technical, and right now the Beavers have taken their 2 foul shots and now have the ball. Bill Wilson's sarcastic repartee with the officials got his team in trouble. So you heard it here first. Back to you.
You know, Reinhardt, that was he called his own shot. That was great. You got to give the guy serious props for that. Yeah. Anybody that calls his own shot in the pregame show.
No, he wasn't kidding at all on that one.
And he did. So Reinhardt right on the ball there, and that's his job. He's the floor reporter. Buena Vista up 30 after the technical foul.
And her own little
Coach
Kreskin,
Wilson
too. As we have seen.
Both players now into their bench. Buena Vista has played every single player on the bench, which is good to see. Coach Berry will be happy about that. And this isn't just garbage minutes. They've played for 4 or 5 minutes now, so this is a good chance for them to get in the ball game.
And let's also keep in mind tomorrow night there's a game here too, both men and women's doubleheader.
And McIntosh comes up with another steal.
Wow.
Tight ropes up. Wow, McIntosh. She tight-roped the out-of-bounds line, was able to get it up for another shot.
She's going in there.
This could be the record for shot attempts we've seen here at Stevens Fieldhouse. We'll have to check on that.
Yeah, that'll take some in-depth research, though. Maybe next week or something we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, she's had 24 already tonight, so that's a lot of shots. They're going to have to ice her shooting arm after tonight.
She's had a lot.
Yeah, no, Adam, you did bring up a good point, though. Up in anywhere you have a home doubleheader or away doubleheader, the Saturday game is always tougher because of McIntosh stepping right in front of the pass. Give her serious props. She gets another lay-in. Wow, she's going to be a great player. Stepping in front of the passing lane. She is super quick.
And let's also keep in mind, though, that this is against our third team. She should be getting some more steals and easy shots to the basket, hopefully, because she's that good of a player.
38 seconds remaining in this one. Buena Vista 83, Upper Iowa 58. That's the story from Stevens Fieldhouse. Scott Heinley and Adam Matlock here. We're waiting for the men's game.
Right.
Coming up in between the two games, we'll give you all the highlights of this one. We'll break down all the stats. That'll be all coming up for you. And we'll have some other activities for you. Then we'll have an interview with Coach Van Haften before the men's game.
And that should be good. We've talked about Brianna McIntosh and how much she's shot the ball. But with as much as she's shot the ball, she's only had 6 free throw attempts. And that's really quite odd. Normally, if you're in there creating some stuff, you're going to get fouled a little bit more often than that. Vicky Ringenberg, on the other hand, has had 12 free throw attempts. So just really odd to see the difference there.
We got a steal by Sally Resbeck. Nice dish off to Angie Raveling. Angie Raveling getting the deuce. Oh, nice pass from Sally Resbeck off the steal. And it was a 2-on-1 break, and that's the way it's supposed to be done. Buena Vista up 86 to 58. 8 seconds to go. Shot made by, I believe that's Stahlberg from Upper Iowa.
It's all academic from here, though.
Raveling with 2 seconds left. Gives it up to Becker from 3. No good. That is your ball game. Buena Vista comes away with a 26-point win tonight, 86-60 over Upper Iowa, avenging an earlier 2-point loss from the Peacocks. Buena Vista now improves to 9-3 in the conference, 11-5 overall. Upper Iowa falls to 7-8 overall, 4-6 in the conference. All right, we'll be back to recap this one. Right now, we're going to go to these commercial breaks. Stay tuned. You're watching Innovation Video Sports.
Right? Hey, you don't need that.
Why design the world's newest chips?
When you could be flipping the world's oldest burgers. Hey, wait a minute. This is math. Geometry, algebra.
No pocket protectors here.
But you're cruising without math. Yeah, right. Take a good look.
That's math staring back at you.
It's not a problem, man. It's an answer. Call NACME. We'll tell you what you need to do.
Everybody, welcome back to the Stevens Center. Scott Heinlein and Adam Matlock with you, where we just saw Buena Vista win by 26 points over Upper Iowa, avenging an earlier 2-point loss earlier in the season. Buena Vista now third place in the conference, trying to work their way back into it.
They came out really determined tonight. I think that's, if we talk about that for a little bit, they really came out determined. What they wanted to do, they did. They came out and just destroyed them. First
Only
game
trailed once. Right. That was early on, 8-6, I believe, Adam.
I think you're absolutely right on that. And they came out 17-point halftime lead, win by 26 points, extended a little bit, and still got every player in. So.
And early in the second half, Buena Vista built. I believe they had a 26-point lead with like 16 minutes to go. There was I think they outscored Upper Iowa like 11-2 or something in like a 4-minute span, which is incredible. They did it with creating turnovers and good post defense. Right until the end, they did a pretty good job shutting down Ringenberg. And Buena Vista people stayed out of foul trouble. We said early on they just stayed out of foul trouble. They did.
Right. And their largest lead for the night, I believe, was 80-50, a 30-point lead.
Yeah.
And that was towards the end. That's when they started taking out players because obviously 80-50 is pretty good with not so much time.
It's going to be interesting to see the final shooting stats, but I'm sure the Beavers probably shot right around 55%. Michelle Brasa had an excellent shooting night. She was 7 for 7 at one point. The 3-point shooting was there too. A.J. Nelson had a couple. Ashley Reynolds had a couple. Heather Dalton hit from deep. Everybody was hitting on all cylinders tonight. It was just a great game for Coach Barry. get back into the swing of things, coming back to the field house where, hey, they played in front of a full house. Everybody, the student body's back. We're ready to see some action.
It's good to see that, too. You lost Keely Bowman, who was averaging right around 12 points a game. But tonight, we saw Brazda step it up. She had 17. Grono had 13. Patterson, one of the guards, who's helping pick up the slack, had 12. So one of their top 3 scorers was one of their guards. The other one was Ashley Reynolds, one of their other guards, who had 9. On the other side, we had Ringenberg.
It was basically a 2-person show. That's the only thing you can say about Upper Iowa. They just basically just 2 players did anything for him. Lutel had 6 points. She had double-figure rebounding, but that really didn't play that big of a factor. Mainly, Ringenberg's 22 points and McIntosh's 20 points.
42 points out of there.
A lot of those.
Yeah.
And to be fair about it, a lot of those points from Ringenberg and McIntosh were rung up in the last 8 minutes of play when the game was already out of hand.
Right. And so I mean, it's good to see that they were able to get some points, but from the Beaver standpoint, it's great to see that they're doing that.
So we have to give an MVP of the game, Adam. Right now, who are you thinking for MVP? I'd say
I've got to tell you, I've been impressed with Brazda tonight.
Yeah,
she just came out and tore it up early on, both offense and defense.
They didn't have an answer for Brazda in the first half. In the second half, I think really Angie Patterson played a great game.
Right.
Also, I think Heather Dalton was if we're off the bench, Heather Dalton got that.
A.J. Nelson had a good job, but yeah, we'll go ahead and give the off the bench to Heather Dalton.
Okay.
One of those unsuspecting freshmen. And
I think we're going to look at some game highlights right now.
Okay.
These would be second half highlights. There's a 3 on the way early. That was Patterson. So she started off. She had the first 5 points in the second half. So she got the Beavers jump started right out of the locker room. Grono hitting from the far baseline. How many times have you seen that happen? Grono again, the turnaround.
Nice fadeaway there.
Kinsey Hansen getting inside. Nice move.
Get it inside. And you notice that when they get it inside, like we've seen on a lot of these highlights, it's quick shots. They're a quick kick out to AJ, and she knocked down a 3.
Cans it from 3-point land.
Just right in the
money.
Nothing but net. Just a great job.
Heather Dalton. Oh, I'll pull up from there. No problem. Right there, Heather Dalton. She had a great game. I was really impressed with her play. Wow.
Yes. And if we look at things from the other side too, Upper Iowa, Ringenberg was 6 for 15. McIntosh was 9 for 25. Just a lot of shots with those 2 people.
And right now, so it's 86-60 win, 26 points. Just a great job all around.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get ready for Loras tomorrow night. Coach Bray's got to be sitting in the locker room. We'll talk to her at halftime of the men's game, and we'll be talking about the men's game coming up right after these commercial messages. You are watching Innovation Video Sports.